"You're not supposed to be here." "Little man," the CEO said, frowning as he spotted the young boy standing alone in the cold. "I need to find my mom," the boy replied, his voice cracking with desperation. He looked up at the tall man through the snowflakes, eyes wide with fear and uncertainty. The CEO's heart skipped a beat. The little boy was shivering, his hands wrapped tightly around a tattered jacket that barely shielded him from the biting cold. It was already past midnight, and the snowstorm had gotten worse. His small footsteps left trails in the deep snow, and he didn't seem to care about the cold or the danger. He was only focused on one thing: finding his mom. "Where did you last see her?" the CEO asked gently, kneeling down to the boy's level. "In the house. Last night. But she didn't come home," the boy's voice wavered, his eyes full of tears that hadn't yet fallen. The CEO looked at him conflicted. He had a busy life. A company to run, employees to manage, responsibilities that weighed on his shoulders. But this little boy, something about him pulled at his heartstrings. "Stay here. I'll find her," the CEO said, trying to be reassuring. But as he turned to walk back to his car, he heard the boy's faint voice once more. "Please, I don't want to be alone." The snowstorm roared louder, but the CEO didn't hesitate. He turned around, his mind racing. He couldn't just leave this boy out in the cold. As they walked through the thick snow, the CEO couldn't help but feel the weight of the situation pressing down on him. The boy had been so matter-of-fact about his mom not coming home. No panic, no crying, just a quiet, painful understanding of something that didn't quite make sense. "I'm Kevin," the boy finally said after a long silence, breaking the tension. "Nice to meet you, Kevin. I'm Adam," the CEO replied, offering a smile to ease the tension. "You don't have to follow me. You're probably busy." Kevin's words hit Adam harder than he expected. Here was a child, more concerned about his time than his own well-being, trudging through the snow in search of a mother who might never return. Adam wanted to ask more questions, but they needed to focus. The boy's mother, wherever she was, wasn't just going to show up. They had to find her. After what seemed like hours of walking through the snowstorm, Adam began to question whether this was even the right direction. The town was quiet, eerily still. No one was out. The only sound was the crunch of snow underfoot. But then Kevin stopped in his tracks. "This is where she went." Adam followed his gaze and saw a small, dimly lit house at the end of a narrow street. It didn't look like much, shabby, run down, barely standing, but it was where Kevin had led them. Adam's heart began to race. "Is your mom inside?" he asked, though he already knew the answer. Kevin nodded. "She's usually there when the snow falls." The CEO's gut twisted as he watched the boy move toward the door. He had no idea what he was walking into, but one thing was clear: something was terribly wrong. They knocked at the door, and after what felt like an eternity, it creaked open. Inside stood a woman, but it wasn't Kevin's mom. It was someone else entirely, someone Adam hadn't expected to see. It was her, the missing mother. But she wasn't the same. She looked different. Her face was pale, eyes glassy, as though she hadn't slept in days. Her clothes were ragged, and her hands trembled uncontrollably as she reached for her son. "Mom, where have you been?" Kevin asked, his voice soft but full of pain. The woman's eyes shifted nervously, her lips trembling. I had to go somewhere," she muttered, her voice breaking. I couldn't be there. Not yet. Not after everything." "Everything?" Adam asked, stepping forward, his concern mounting. "What's going on?" Kevin's mother's gaze flickered to him for just a moment. She seemed to consider what to say before she broke down into tears. "I didn't know where else to go. I had to leave him." She sobbed uncontrollably, her shoulders shaking with the weight of her words. "I wasn't being a good mother. I was afraid. So afraid." Kevin's heart shattered as he watched his mom cry, her face filled with guilt. "Why didn't you come home, Mom? Why did you leave me?" Adam stepped forward, putting a hand on the boy's shoulder. He knew it wasn't the time to say anything yet, but he was struggling to hold his composure. The woman's pain, her shame, was palpable. A few hours later, Kevin and his mother were sitting in the warm kitchen of a nearby neighbor, Adam by their side. Kevin's mom had finally explained everything. She had been struggling with a severe mental health crisis, something she had kept hidden from her son and everyone around her. "I didn't know how to ask for help," she admitted between sobs. I thought if I just left, it would get better. Adam listened, his heart heavy with understanding. He'd spent his life building a business, acquiring wealth, focusing on growth, but nothing compared to the pain and resilience of people like Kevin and his mom. People who were fighting battles no one saw, feeling invisible to the world around them. Moral of the story: sometimes we are so focused on success, wealth, and power that we forget about the silent battles people fight every single day. Mental health struggles, isolation, fear. These are battles we need to recognize and support. Kevin's mom's story is a painful reminder that it's okay to ask for help, and that help can sometimes come from unexpected places. How often do we truly see the people around us for who they are, and how can we offer support when they need it the most? If you found this story moving, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more real-life dramas that will inspire you, make you think, and remind you of the power of compassion.